I'm Joy Doyle.
And I'm Laura Yale.
And we are the co-owners of HoverGirl Properties. Both Laura and I are Navy spouses and started HoverGirl Properties in 2006, 2007 when the market crashed. Really, we knew that people were going to need property management services in the military. I had moved 14 times in the 26 years my husband was in the Navy, and she had moved
overseas and back.
Yeah, so we knew kind of the dynamics of what it would take when people got their orders out of Jacksonville. They were kind of stuck, and really we're going to need people to help them come in because orders are orders, and that means that you're moving no matter what. So I think because I had at that point lived in Jacksonville 3 or 4 times, we had moved in and out of the city, I kind of had an idea of really what and where people were going to want to live in the Jacksonville area.
So with that, Joy and I decided to put our heads together to think of a way to serve the military community that had to move out of Jackson when they got their orders. So we kind of went through and let our friends know what we were doing to see if we could help them. And in fact, we could. And we developed a mutual trust between ourselves and the military community in Jacksonville. And it's flourished now. We started with only 20 properties, and we've grown to manage over 300. And just last year have done over $22 million in sales. When a family calls and looking for a place to live, we really take the time to sit and listen to what their needs are and try to find them the best place to hang their hat for their time that they're going to be in Jacksonville.
My phone starts ringing about 6 o'clock in the morning, and for those people, those are typically Bahrain, Italy. We kind of go across to Germany about middle of the day. That's the East Coast waking up. We're talking to them, and then through the evening hours, we're out on the West Coast and then over to Hawaii and Japan. It just kind of starts all over. So we really laugh and say we're a global company because we really are meeting the needs and talking to people that are military stationed all over the world.
One thing we take pride in is that when someone takes the time to reach out to call HoverGirls, that a person, likely Joy, answers the phone and talks to them, and then we get them to the appropriate person to help them.
When people call me, the first thing I ask them are if they're military, what base are you going to be at? We've got Kings Bay, we have Mayport, we have NAS Jack. So from there, I kind of see if that's important to them. If they have a spouse, is the spouse going to be working? Where's she going to be working? Where are the kids going to be going to school? And really from there, kind of give them some options in different areas, different price points for them to look at.
My family and I were looking for a rental in the area, and I was always scouring HoverGirl Properties website, and I found a great house in a great neighborhood, and we were able to see it that day. And we took a tour, and I fell in love with it, and I submitted an application online, which was really easy. And we got the house, and we absolutely love it. We've been there for about a year and a half. And anytime I have a problem, I call HoverGirls and I call Laura, and she is on top of it within a day. Any problems I have are fixed, and we've been very happy there.
Should you rent or should you buy when you move to Jacksonville is a great question, and really it depends on your scenario. So we try not to, right out of the gate believe that there's one way or the other. We try to get to know what their needs are. If they're going to do a quick stop here, maybe go to a school, they're military, they're coming here for 9 months, then obviously selling or buying a home is not really for them. So we try to find them a rental that's going to fit the need for them, and then when they're going to relocate, they just pack it up and leave. And then on the selling side, that is really if someone's going to be here for really more than 2 or 3 years. We try to kind of run the gamut for them so that they understand that we are one of the few markets that are left that is actually out of pocket less expensive to own your home if you have a VA loan than it is to rent the same exact home. The other thing that I think is really kind of cool is we were identified in Forbes as one of the top 20 cities left to buy property and make a great investment. So that's getting a lot of chatter, and a lot of people that are really researching and when they're coming to Jacksonville are now kind of leaning more towards buying, truthfully.
How we like to help customers in the selling process is we go out and assess the property and do a complete market analysis to determine their home's value. And then we also take the time to go ahead and walk the property as if they were getting prepared for a home inspection, so that when the time comes that we've attracted a buyer, that we can have smooth sailing from the time of going under contract to a closing. And then on the same note, if someone's not ready to sell the property, or it's not the right time as far as the market's concerned, and the seller decides they want to rent the property, we do the same thing. We go out and kind of assess the property in different eyes, thinking that it's going to be a rental, and we take care of getting the property ready, getting the owner set up, and then we start advertising it and screening for a renter, and then we also offer full service property management.
I was being relocated out of town with the company I work for, and having known the HoverGirls for some time and also knowing some of their current customers, was recommended for them to use for our house, because we wanted to turn our house that we own into a rental property. They were full service. They've done an excellent job of not only finding a great renter for us in terms of screening the renter, getting the property on the marketing the property, and putting it out there so we could find a great renter, but they also took care of a lot of little things once the property was rented. Very seamless, and they've done a great job, of collecting the rent. It's automatically deposited into the checking account, so we've had a great experience so far. I've also now moved back into town, so in doing so, we've begun our search for our next home. And having such a wonderful experience with the Hover Girls, we asked them, knowing their full service, if they could help us find our next home. So they've done a great job of helping us identify, being very thorough, finding properties that meet our needs. And we've actually now come to terms, and we're in contract to purchase our next home, which is great.
We try to get it out there on social media. A lot of our military people use that as places to find homes, so we want to make sure that's out there. We also try to go in the home and give them some tips on how to really make their home as marketable as possible. And then from there, we bring in a team. They take professional pictures and videos, and really just try to give the most marketing. Most people find their homes now on the internet, is the truth. So the marketing component really is really just one of the most important things that we do. So please feel free to contact us. 904-881-7775 is my personal number. I'd love to talk to you. You can also find us on the web at hovergirlproperties.com. You can find us on Facebook and follow us there, because we really do a lot of giveaways. We place all of our properties on that. We also have a Pinterest account and Instagram, and we would just love for you to find us and reach out to us, and we will make a great connection for you. Hi, I'm Joy Doyle.
And I'm Laura Yale.
And we are Hovergirl Properties. We are military relocation specialists, and we would love to help you moving in and out of the Jacksonville area.
You can find us on our website at hovergirlproperties.com or by phone at 881-7775.